Well, why am I sitting on in a forest that looks like it's straight out of a wrong turn movie? Well, I just want to share my 2 cents over something that many people have asked me that does the Trident feel like a very small bike in a big bike category? I just have a couple of things to say over this, and this video is all gonna be about that. I'll just keep it short and simple. So yeah, let's get on with it. Well, I'll say that Trident is a rather compact machine, and that's because Triumph has reduced the wheelbase somehow, and they have shortened the tank. I mean, it's a small tank. It does hold almost 13 to 14 liters of fuel. I'm not saying regarding fuel. I'm saying in the terms of compactness. See, Triumph engineered this bike to be a commuter bike, as in if you want to do commuting and if you want to travel along in the urban jungle, in the cities and really crowded place, busy places, you want this bike to be your everyday bike from you can go from point A to B and that too in the style that Triumph wants you with that inline 3 sound. Then this bike does really make sense. But if you look at it in a perspective, like you want a big bike and you want that people should come up and appreciate the hugeness of your bike. I'll just briefly compare with something like, say, the Z900 or anything. The Z650, I think it's a bit small. Yeah, it is big than this in terms of appearance. I mean, at the first glance. But Z900 looks more muscular and imposing. That's altogether a different segment, almost a liter class segment, and I don't think it can be compared directly with this bike. But just for the sake of saying that, yeah, this bike does feels rather compact, but I don't think it's a bad thing. Even many people saw the bike in videos and photos from official Triumph websites and many international reviews before the bike came to India. They were really into Trident, and when they saw it in the showroom in person or took the test ride of it, I've seen many of people change their mind. I don't know what perception people have, but if you ask me, then yes, this is a very compact bike. And if you are not into that thing, or if you are very tall and broad, and then this bike might not even look good on you. So there is also one perspective of this. Then one other thing I was gonna say is, what aspects of bike do you like most? That is also important. Like this bike has the Triumph styling, which I'm a really big fan of. There's a round headlight and overall aesthetics of the bike. Then this has a broad 180 section tire, and it has a shorter wheelbase that I like personally because then I can just nimble myself out of traffic. So these are things in my head. I also like the sound of the bike. So my point is, whether the bike is small, whether the bike is big, doesn't matter. What matters is the bike special for you? And if the bike is special for you, then my friends, it doesn't matter really what you ride. Honestly, see, I have an Enfield 350 and I usually don't recommend open face helmets. I never even had tried any of these before. That this one came with the bike. So I also like that bike because it's special to me. I don't care whether it's small, it's big, or it's very common, it's not common. If you like the bike, if it's special for you, then go ahead and get it. Don't fall for these things. Even I've seen many media outlets, Indian media outlets, when they start their review, they start by comparing it to some smaller bike. I mean, that's just their line of thinking. I'm not big fan of that. And hey, these are just my 2 cents over this topic. You don't have to agree with me. You just have to take a test ride of this bike. Buy it for the machine it is. Buy it for the brand. Buy it for the machine. Buy it for the build of the bike. Don't go for the things that whether it's small and people will not appreciate small bikes, or people generally appreciate big bikes and like bhai itna paisa dala hai to we want very big bike. It's all up to you guys at the end of the day. But my take is, get a bike that is built for purpose. If you want to go off-roading, get an adventure bike. If you want to cruise on highways, you can get a cruiser, get a low slung cruiser. If you want a bike that can do something of all, then feel Like this makes really good sense. It can do a very casual touring also. I have done almost 600 kilometers of tour on it, and I have plans of doing more touring on this with my friend circle once I get time for it. So I'm gonna just conclude by saying this that I already said. Buy a bike that feels special to you, and I'm sure it'll be worth your investment. That's it for today, guys. Stay safe.